Hey guys, Nick here with Gear Nut, and we are looking at a titanium tactical pen today. So, Klarus, thanks for sending this thing down. This is the Klarus TP20 Ti. This is a titanium flashlight pen that is tactical. Now, this thing is freaking sweet. There's a couple quirks about it. There's a couple things here I might address and change, but this is the best tactical pen that I have set my hands on yet. I absolutely love this pen. So, one of the best selling factors is it combines your flashlight into your pen. So, if you want to carry less but still have the same ability, this pen is one of those items. This thing starts combining everything you want and need into a package so you can minimize your EDC, and that's what I absolutely love about it. Plus, it's freaking titanium. And look at all the machining on here. Beautifully, beautifully done. Absolutely love it. It's got a deterrent tip up here, also known as a glass breaker. It's a tungsten steel little tip, and it's pokey, man. She is pokey. So, but let's talk about this real quick. To write with it, you unscrew your cap. This is one of my little quirks. I wish that there was somewhere you could stick this cap. That way you weren't, losing it, because I could see myself misplacing this and then having to search for it. So I wish there was a place that I could screw this back onto so that I'm not losing it. But I've just been setting it on the desk as I'm writing, or holding it in the other hand as I'm signing receipts and stuff like that. But it's a fantastic pen. I absolutely love it. It's got some little jimping right here, and it really locks into my fingerprint. I really like that. It's not a no-slip grip. If I do slip off of there for any reason, I'll slip down and I'll fall in this little groove right here, this little concave, and it's very comfortable. Absolutely love writing with it. Would I write a huge 500-page essay with it? No, I think I would get something with a cushion grip, but this thing is durable, it's built, it's basically a weapon. This thing is solid. You can see on my hands that I do have a little bit of ink blotchiness. My cartridge does have some extra ink. When you do write, it does push out some extra ink, and that's partially because it's an air pressurized cartridge. So those pressurized cartridges are great for writing on a wall or upside down, because you don't have to rely on gravity. But this is going to be a Schmidt Megaline P950M. It's got a air pressure technology, so the air pressure pushes your ink out so you don't have to rely on gravity. This one is made in Germany, and I love the way that this thing writes, but the only problem I've experienced with it is it does seem to get some blotches of ink. Let me show you real quick. That's off the side. So as you do some writing, it'll start off real heavy, and it smears, but it lays down the ink. No matter how fast you write, it's not going to skip. I haven't had a single line skip with this pen. I love it, but I do have some smudges or stuff like that because of that air pressure technology pushing out just a little bit more ink than what I'm using to write with, so it does build up. But I don't know, maybe I'll switch it over to a Parker Jotter, or maybe I'll switch it over to a Write in the Rain ink cartridge insert. I'll see if those fit. I'll keep you up to date on that. But the machining on here is freaking fantastic. The threads, they're very well made. They match up, and when you take and you screw this down and in, there's no gap. It is just perfectly executed. It's got really cool cutout designs. The only downside with that is sometimes pocket lint will get into these grooves and get inside this little cage, as I call it. And then you got to unscrew it and tap out your pocket lint and then put it back in. But it's super easy to change a cartridge if you don't like the ink cartridge that came with it. It's super easy to do that. Your threads right here where your cap goes on are super coarse, super thick, and they got an O-ring right here that locks it down. Look at that seam. There's no gap. Absolutely love it. The pocket clip. The pocket clip is freaking sweet, because when you clip this sucker into your pocket and it sticks out just about like so, it looks like you have your flashlight sticking out of your pocket, you know, because the head of it is actually your flashlight. So somebody glancing at this is going to see that it's got a little flashlight lens, and they're going to think, well, he's got his flashlight tip up, you know, no big deal. And then you whip it out and you got a tactical pen. So pretty freaking sweet. I really like that. The thing that really sells it for me is it's a USB rechargeable flashlight. So they give you a USB cord. You can charge this with any USB cord. It's going to be red when it's charging, green when it's good to go. It uses a Cree XP-G3 LED, and you can change the battery. So it's not once the battery goes, you throw it in the trash. You can actually change the battery. It comes with a Klarus TP20 super small battery. It's a 3.7 volt, 0.26 watt hour. So you're not going to get super long run times, but I have been extremely impressed with the light outputs, because it does have 2 light outputs. For that small of a package, that's pretty freaking sweet. So just screw this back down. It's IPX8 waterproof, and I believe it's like a 1.5 meters impact resistant. And I have been testing that out. Sorry about the shaky camera, but I've been testing that out, trying to see if those impacts from using this as a device would make the flashlight stop working, and it hasn't affected it one bit. So it has a TIR optical little lens here. That's going to give you a very even dispersed light, which is pretty cool. It's got 2 modes. This is going to be your low, 8 lumens for 5 hours and 12 minutes. Turn it again a little bit more. It's going to go to 130 lumens for 24 minutes. So you got super low for not disturbing or not flashing yourself on a white surface. And then you have high for doing a little bit of a medium search. Like, let's say you're going to glance out in your backyard and see where your dog's at. 130 lumens is more than enough for that if it's not a long, really far distance. So my thoughts on this, I would probably change out the ink cartridge and maybe find a way to secure this cap, or just drop this in your pocket so you don't lose it. But other than that, Klarus, you did a fantastic job with this pen. My finger locks right here on this little pocket clip, and it's got a nice flat spot for my thumb, so I can really drive it home and get some nice puncture marks on items that I'm doing it to. So all in all, this thing is freaking awesome. I would highly recommend you guys go check this out. Use the links in the description box below. It helps support videos like this on my channel, and I absolutely love it. Klarus, if you want to, make a couple little sleeves that you can slide up inside of this little cage, and that'll help keep some of the debris out of there. But you don't have to. It's a great pen. But just a couple little things maybe I'd look at. But for their little first pen design, I believe this is the first pen design that they've done, they did an excellent, excellent job. So, Nick here with GearNut. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I would check this thing out. It is sharp looking, and it writes extremely well. And the flashlight, Klarus flashlights are freaking awesome. I don't think I have to tell you at this point what I think about them. So, Nick here with GearNut. I'll check you guys later.